On August 12, 2000, the Russian nuclear submarine Kursk sailed into the icy waters of the Barents Sea for what was supposed to be a routine military exercise. On board were 118 sailors, many of them young men serving proudly in one of Russia's most powerful submarines. But within hours, the mission would turn into one of the deadliest naval disasters in modern history. The Kursk was an Oscar II-class nuclear submarine, nearly 500 feet long and armed with powerful torpedoes and cruise missiles. At the time, it was considered one of the most advanced submarines in the Russian Navy. During the exercise, the crew prepared to launch a practice torpedo. Then, disaster struck. At approximately 11:28 in the morning, a small explosion erupted inside the torpedo compartment. Investigators later concluded that a leaking torpedo fuel caused the blast. Just over 2 minutes later, a far more massive explosion tore through the submarine. The second blast was so powerful that it registered on seismic sensors across Europe. The Kursk rapidly sank to the bottom of the Barents Sea, nearly 350 feet below the freezing surface. Inside the submarine, chaos filled the dark corridors. Many sailors near the front compartments died instantly from the explosions. But in the rear sections of the submarine, some crew members survived the initial blasts. Cut off from the surface, they waited in darkness as seawater slowly entered the submarine. Oxygen levels dropped. Temperatures fell, and hope began to disappear. Meanwhile, Russian naval commanders realized something had gone terribly wrong when the Kursk stopped responding to communications. Rescue operations began, but they faced enormous difficulties. Powerful underwater currents, damaged escape hatches, and outdated rescue equipment slowed every attempt. As hours turned into days, families across Russia waited desperately for news. International rescue teams from Britain and Norway offered help, but delays in accepting foreign assistance may have cost valuable time. When divers finally managed to open the submarine several days later, there were no survivors. One of the most heartbreaking discoveries came from a note written by Lieutenant Dmitry Kolesnikov, one of the trapped sailors. In the darkness, he wrote that 23 men had survived after the explosions and had gathered in one compartment, hoping rescue teams would arrive. But rescue never came in time. All 118 crew members aboard the Kursk lost their lives. The Kursk submarine disaster shocked the world and exposed serious problems within the Russian Navy. It also became a symbol of courage, sacrifice, and the terrifying dangers faced by submariners beneath the sea. More than 2 decades later, the story of the Kursk remains one of history's most haunting naval tragedies. A reminder that deep beneath the ocean, even the most powerful machines can become helpless prisons.